Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about salary cap and my basically best salary cap lineup as of right now and how I'd recommend building a salary cap lineup here in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Also going to be talking about the game mode as a whole here in season 1 of NBA 2K26 MyTEAM and whether or not it is worth completing, how much I'd play, all that type of stuff. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's take a look. So I have not made a salary cap breakdown video really. The only videos I've made about salary cap are about how we thought you could get at 6,000 points a Jack Sigma card or whatever, one of the pink diamonds, and that turned out to not be the case. This was a poorly marketed, poorly kind of misrepresented thing by 2K that we figured out here about a day into the game, which was not something people were very happy about. But that's why I'm already at 3,800 points here in salary cap, is because I was going for 6,000 until I realized that was not actually a player that I was going to get. So with that being said, I don't think this piece at 6,000 points per round is absolutely worth getting at all. This is, I mean, I watch people get emerald cards out of that. Like that thing does not guarantee you anything solid. I haven't even seen anything get anything good out of this pack. It's not good, not worth going for. 5,500 points, 20,000 MT really isn't a terrible chunk, but the problem with this is I think this is at 3,500 points, it's 90 plus. It's a 2,000 point gap between 3,500 points and 2,000 points, and to me that, 5,500 points I should say, and to me that's a pretty significant gap. That's a lot of games to play just to get to 20,000 MT. I don't know if that's overall worth your time to get that far. I went to 3,500 points anyway. I'd already gotten to about 3,500 points when I found out that salary cap wasn't going to get you to 6,000, or getting you to 6,000 wasn't going to get you the pink diamond, so I stopped it there anyway. But I feel like that's a decent place to stop nonetheless, especially here in season 1. 90 plus hidden gem can be a good card. There are a lot of good amethysts in that hidden gem category, and there's some guys in there that could be really, really nice upgrades for a lot of people's teams. At 2,500 points, you get a shattered prize piece for a shattered prize piece for a hidden gems diamond player, and honestly, I don't think that's that bad either. Now, salary cap has 12 days, 22 hours, and 41 minutes left for the first round of 3 this season. Season 1 still has basically 6 weeks left, even though the game has been out a week for a lot of people. I don't believe that first week counted towards season 1. I think we still have 6 weeks from the official drop of the game yesterday in season 1. So it's a 7-week first season basically because of the early access with the people who got the 2 higher pre-order editions. And so the first salary cap round winds up being 3 weeks instead of 2. The next 2 salary cap rounds will only wind up being 2 weeks, as the what should be 3rd and 4th but really is 4th and 5th, and then 6th and 7th weeks of the season for this season will be those last 2 rounds. And if you get to 2,500 points in all 3 rounds, you will get this shattered prize piece in all 3 rounds and get yourself a hidden gem diamond player. So I would recommend in all 3 rounds getting to at least 2,500 points, and if not, maybe even 3,500 points in salary cap. That's what I'll do. What that means though is I'm not really going to be playing salary cap for the next 12 days in round 1 because I've already gotten to 3,500 points. I don't feel like grinding another 1,700 points. Again, it took me 26 games to get to 3,800 points. That's like a little bit less than 150 points per game, but we'll say 150 for the sake of ease. 150 to get to 1,700 points is another like 12 games. I just don't want to play 12 more games of salary cap to get 20,000 MT as of right now. That doesn't feel worth it for what I'm trying to grind in my team. I also just haven't been able to grind the game quite as much. Yesterday I was working a lot. Today I'm going to try to get more done on Saturday. Y'all see this video on Sunday, but I'm recording it Saturday. No, y'all will see this video on Saturday actually, I think. But salary cap itself in terms of lineup building is pretty challenging right now because as y'all can see, you only have a max team salary of 10,000, which is a very low number when almost every diamond is 5,000 salary as of right now. But if you look at my salary cap lineup that I've built, I think it's absolutely souped. This is an absolutely elite team for 10,000 salary. You have with 2 rubies, well, really 4 rubies with the 2 Evo cards on the bench, as well as 1 sapphire, 2 amethysts, 2 emeralds, and a gold card. This is a really good team though, because these cards are for their tier very good cards. D'Anthony Melton gives me a 6'3" point guard who has a legitimately good jump shot, an 83 3 ball. He's not the greatest slasher in the world, but he can get to the rim with it. He's got, again, decent size. 88 steal and perimeter, 78 interior. I picked this card up this morning for 25K. 89 speed, 88 super ball, 87 agility, 85 vert. I picked him up for 25K. I'm not sure I'll keep him long term, but as of right now, he's an absolutely awesome option as a salary cap PG. Having a guy like that who's 1200 salary is a huge plus. Then you have Trenton Hassel, a card that I specifically targeted picking up. He's cheap right now on the auction house though, although he might not be as cheap after this video. But again, 78 3 ball, 82 mid range, 82 free throw, 85 driving dunk, so an athletic wing who's got 86 ball handle and decent passing. But defensively, again, 80 block, 78 interior, 88 perimeter, 89 steal. For a sapphire, that is elite level defense. And that's what I love about both these cards, D'Anthony Melton and Trenton Hassel. For cheap, they're really good defensive options who also have good athletic ability and can shoot the ball with good jump shots. Harvey Grant, another kind of do everything. 6'9" small forward who's got a good jumper, solid shooting, good slashing, good finishing, solid defensive versatility. Again, guards on the perimeter and the interior pretty well. 84 speed, not a bad rebounder. Again, well-rounded, solid card, has a lot of solid badges on silver and gold. Again, like him a lot. Very well-rounded, really nice ruby. Again, cheap cards who do a lot of things well and are not going to be mismatched against higher tier cards is what I'm looking for. Guys are going to hold their own defensively, have good jump shots, and will hit shots offensively. And then you have the more expensive salary cards. I got Obi Toppin and DeAndre Ayton in here just because I think having a strong front court right now is going to be really advantageous against people who have weaker teams in salary cap. You got a guy here who's 84 3 ball, but also 95 standing and driving dunk, elite slasher, super solid defender. Again, athletic, versatile shooter who's solid defensively, and I love the dunking ability in the front court. That 95 standing and driving dunk is going to be so dangerous, especially with how good the finishing is this year. Obi Toppin is a stud, and DeAndre Ayton is a stud as well. A 7 foot center who can hit an open 3, solid enough jumper, great finisher, great defender. Again, it's the archetype of player I'm looking for at the center position. A guy with some size, some athleticism with that 80 speed, gonna defend well, at least hit a wide open 3 and dunk the ball well. It's what I'm looking for, and I love this starting lineup. I don't think very few people are gonna have starting lineups that are as well-rounded and as good as this type of team is in salary cap. Now, you look at the bench, it's nothing special, but we do have a 5-man bench of guys who we can at least sub in if need be, for injury, for stamina, whatever the case may be. Picked up this Derek White for 5,000 MT as an Emerald Wild Gems card. He's 79 3 ball. He can't really dunk the ball very well, but he might dunk wide open occasionally. But again, 84 perimeter. I know the stats don't jump off the page. This is an Emerald, and the reason he's really on the team is because he's 6'4". He plays point guard. He'll hit a wide open 3 with a pretty good jumper actually. But challenger, glove, on ball menace, off ball pest, pick dodger. Defensive badges. He's got bronze set shot, which is nice as well. Look, this isn't a special card. These bench cards aren't supposed to be though. They just get the job done. DeMar DeRozan's 4 or 500 salary himself. 6'6" shooting guard who's a ruby, you know what I mean? You get a ruby for 400 salary. Look, I know he's not special. His badges aren't great. He's not a spectacular card. But again, if you need somebody to sub in, it's an athletic-ish wing who's got okay size and is going to be better than a gold card. You know what I mean? He'll at least be pretty decently competitive. Herb Jones, I know he's a gold card, but at least he's got a little bit of defense and his jump shot's good. Now, I know his 3-ball rating's low, but 79 steal and perimeter isn't great. I know the stats aren't there. He's at least got bronze challenger glove, a movable enforcer, off-ball pass, non-ball menace, as well as pick dodger. He's got bronze defensive badges. It does something on the defensive end of the court, at least. You gotta kind of work with what you got at some point, you know what I mean? Jaden McDaniels, same story here. Wide open, he'll hit a 3. His jumper's pretty good, which is nice. That helps. And again, the defensive stats aren't really great, but you got a few bronze defensive badges. Challenger, off-ball pest, on-ball menace, pogo stick. Got something, at least. It's not a complete like nothing. And then Pau Gasol, kind of the same story here as the Evo center who can actually kind of hit a 3. 73 ball ain't bad. He can finish around there with an 85 driving dunk. He's not the best defender ever, but 80 block, 83 interior, 83 rebounding, 59 speed isn't the worst you've ever seen. Again, has some gold badges. Not the worst. He's not the best card ever, but having a bench of guys who you can at least put in the game is better than nothing for sure. You know what I mean? That being said, I'm looking at these guys. I have this Wang card now. He can at least shoot a 3. I might throw him in off the bench at some point potentially. Is there anybody else in here who stands out as like a guy that I actually want to throw in the lineup? I can put Trey Murphy in instead of Herb Jones, can't I? Do I want to put Trey Murphy in? He's a better shooter. He's not great defensively. He is a little taller. You know what? We're gonna go Trey Murphy off the bench. Why not? We'll do it. Screw it. This is a salary cap team. It's not the best team you'll ever see, but for a salary cap team, it's really good at this point in the year. It's very well rounded. You actually have subs, even if they're not the best subs ever, and a couple of them are actually half decent. And then you have a really good, well-rounded starting lineup. I like this salary cap lineup a lot. So something like this is what I'd be looking for. Use your budget cards as much as you can. Try to target really good emeralds and sapphires and rubies and stuff like that to fill holes on your team, and then pick a couple of amethysts, a couple of key guys you like on your squad to fill out your team. If you go diamond, it's tough to build a good team around them. That's the biggest thing about salary cap right now. So for me, I think I do something like this. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.